Mm. Mm.
Hello,
Hey,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we win. How's it going?
Um, Stressful, dealing with a lot of work.
Mm. Yeah, you said you didn't want to be there today, huh?
Yeah, it was just like I don't think anyone's ever gonna see this that I work with, so I'll just be honest.
Or you
It's
what?
like I said, I don't think anyone's gonna see this recording that I work with, so I'll just tell you what's going on. So I'm a UB, which is Universal Banker.
Hmm.
There's two other UBs in my branch. Um, and one of the UBs like works very recklessly. Um, I don't know why, but like they're always making mistakes, and like I'm the only UB that's trained. The other UB is still getting her certifications, which she should have did that the first 2 weeks she was there, but it's been like a month and a half, 2 months now. Um, so yeah, she makes mistakes. She doesn't really care about it because she will be like, "Oh, it will just get handled tomorrow," but like that falls on me because I get a call from our back office every time there is a mistake to fix it. Um, so it's super overwhelming. Like I already met my goal, so I'm not worried about that. But it's just overwhelming because like today, a customer came in and like they're a business customer, so like we give them preferential treatment, just because they have more access to us. And we do a lot for our business customers to make sure like they're really happy and servicing their accounts. Um, but today, a customer came in that worked with this UB a few days ago or a week and a half ago. They said they never got their debit card that was ordered, and I looked at their account history. No card was ordered, even though the other UB told them that she ordered the card for them. So on the 29th, I issued an instant card in branch, which I don't know why the other UB just didn't print the card for the customer up front.
Hmm.
We had a lot of issues with our machine. Like our machine is like constantly breaking, and I'm the one that's in charge of fixing it. So I fixed it that day, printed out the card. Apparently the MAG card that was being encoded with the smart chip did not read her number that was on the account. There was a different debit card number on the account. So I had to like go through it. I called my back office for help. They were trying to fix it. Like went to the ATM. They were like, go to the ATM outside and like see if it works. Went there, like said wrong pin. So okay, go back inside, change the pin, go back out to try and do it. And now the ATM is saying that the card's not associated with an account. We've been having ATM issues. So I don't know if it's like the ATM or anything, but like as they're working with me, they start saying things very condescendingly, and I'm just like maintaining my professionalism because like I'm not going to let someone bring me out of character in my workplace. Like that's where I work every day. Like you don't come get to talk to me however you want.
Right.
Eventually they got to the point where they're like, we're gonna come back tomorrow for someone that has more experience. I didn't want to be the person to tell this person that literally every person in this branch is brand new and we all got hired at the same time. So we're all learning. I didn't want to be that. So I just left it. I texted the UB that was responsible for opening the account, wasn't passive aggressive or anything. I was just like, hey, your customer came in and like I constantly have to fix these mistakes. Like, there's got to be a better way of going about this because today the court delivered 80 levies to the bank. And so I had to go, I'm almost done. I have 30 more. I did 50 today. I still have 30 more. So I have to go through our databases, our document archives, and like make sure these people didn't have accounts. If they did, like return the assets to the court and everything. So it's a lot of work. It's very time consuming. You have to print out a bunch of paperwork for each levy. You have to go through all these checks. I did that 50 times today, and I was like, okay, no one helped me. The other UB that I was supposed to be training kept walking away and taking personal calls at the other station. So it was just like a whole lot of stuff. And like the one teller, we have a designated teller, but UBs also are trained to be tellers, which I'm familiar with being teller. So I take over sometimes if like the line's really long and the other UB like is taking 30 minutes to deposit a check into an account, which is like absurd. It should only take 2 minutes. Um, so it's just like all this work is like crumbling on me. And last week I got in trouble because like in our systems, the account showed that it was like a certificate of deposit, and the person was like, I have an IRA. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, but like unfortunately I don't see an IRA here. No one trained me on IRAs. Like they sent out a survey and I want to be honest, but like it's a unique link per email and I don't like I know those surveys are not like anonymous.
Right.
But I want to be honest and be like the training that I received was subpar to my actual job performance. Like I had to learn everything on the job. Like I've never been in banking. I don't know what types of accounts these are. I don't know the regulations. Like I'm still working on my compliance trainings and certifications. And so, like, the only certification I have right now is my NMLS, which means I can service lending accounts. Um, and so it's just like there's so much going on, and it's like they got mad at me. The guy was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "My name is Mia." He was like, "Where's your name tag?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't have a name tag yet." And he was like, "That's ridiculous. Why are you a banker without a name tag?" And like he doesn't know the backstory that my manager won't answer my that won't order me a name tag that says Mia, that she's
1 second.
insisting.
Okay. Yep. Oh, Mom, what are you doing? Sorry about that, Kitty.
That's okay. So like the customer is yelling at me now and like I'm like literally on the verge of tears because like this guy is like being so rude to me and like the person behind teller station is not even trying to de-escalate the situation. She's literally recording it for the manager. And I don't know how it fell on me because at one point I said to the customer, I was like, if you're going to be rude to me, please leave the branch. But if you're here for help, I will gladly help you. And he was like, why don't you have a name tag? And I was like, I'm sorry, I just don't have one. And like, he doesn't know the backstory that my manager refuses to order me a name tag that says Mia. And she's insisting that I use my dead name on it, which is like ridiculous. And like, he was asking for business cards. And I was like, I'm really sorry, but I also don't have those. Like, I didn't want to be like, my manager won't order me them because like, that's just going to look bad on the branch. But
Listening, by the way. Keep going. Sorry.
yeah, it's so much crumbling on me for like all these mistakes. Like I made a spelling mistake for one account. So like I got like reprimanded by being off by one letter and like having the customer come back. But meanwhile, like it's like the manager doesn't see all of the crazy things everyone else is doing and like how I have to fix them because like I'm the one that's on platform every day. So it's just super stressful. Um I'm just happy they pay very well. I'm not happy that I have to pay $270 a month for my benefits. That's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, that's how that's going. So just under a lot of stress. There's like plenty more too that's going on. So all right, let's get started, everyone. In the docs, if someone does anyone want to volunteer to take notes? No volunteers. Um, all right, let's wait for Aaron. The link that I put in chat is the agenda for tonight. So go ahead and open that. Okay, Yoshi. Thank you. Can you hear us at least? Okay. Mark, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Maybe they want cookies.
Sorry about that. Mozart was trying to pee in my bed,
That's okay.
and I think it's because the litter box was a mess, which is surprising because I
Dasher
changed
sure to
last night.
drop off.
So
I hope this
I
DoorDasher did not leave this outside because I'm not going outside. Of course they left it outside. Great. Cool. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
we were all in it tonight, huh? One second.
Everyone.
Okay. I think I'm good now. He's in the letterbox, thank God. He was like literally holding me hostage. He's like, if you don't clean my litter box right now, I'm gonna piss all over your bed.
They will do that.
Oh.
Hub City Socialists, they said they're organizing, I lost it. They're organizing the houseless community of Central Jersey. DSA wants to get involved. I would love to get back involved with the houseless community in New Brunswick because I worked with Shiloh for many years, but creative differences with Walter. I can no longer get in touch with Shiloh, but I still know a lot of the houseless people over there. Probably not going to be free on Sunday this week though, because long story. Yeah, it's either, I know, I'm sure they're different than Shiloh. The problem with Shiloh was just Walter's, the style Walter ran things by. They still exist, but they still occasionally talk to Walter, but
Okay, I'm back.
hi back.
It's 8:43. Okay. So we're moving on to the pick roles and fill out profile. If you have not filled out the table,
I want to tell you my favorite cookie. It's in the agenda. Those Girl Scout cookies that are like the cookie with the hole in the middle, and they got chocolate on the bottom and chocolate stripes and caramel and coconut. Oh my God, those are so heavenly. Okay, go ahead.
those are called Samoas.
They changed the name though. It's like Caramel Delights or something now.
So
They have to change the name.
They're actually two different bakeries, depending where you are in the country, and they use different ones depending. But I think they also did change the name because I think it was like offensive.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's what I heard. But those are my favorite cookies. And now I really want them.
Okay.
Yoshi will ask. There's a whole bunch of stuff from Yoshi in the chat. We work with Hub City Socialists a bit in New Brunswick. I haven't done much with them. Oh, Raytheon. I didn't want to know that. Damn it.
Right.
I'm caught up in the chat.
So wait, the Girl Scout cookies are part of the military industrial complex now? Are you kidding me?
For every Girl Scout cookie you eat, it magnetizes you towards an enlistment center. They lay out the cookies right to the door. I didn't know that. That really disheartens me a lot. Elite capture or capitalist.
Okay. So if you haven't, just fill out the Airtable.
I just did that right before the meeting.
Cool. I'm sorry, everyone's done that. I mean, we can move along earlier. No need to. Thought there was gonna be more people here tonight. Okay, so we can move on to the next one. Choose 5 groups to reach out to. So the document is right there for the spreadsheet, the tracker, who's reaching out with who. Please choose 5 groups to reach out to this week because we really need to get on top of our communications and outreach. And we kind of do it sporadically right now. So I would like to see us. There's a few features added to your Gmail account with Solidarity Network where you can just copy or like press a button and it puts in the whole email for you and you just fill in the blanks. So that's new as of today. So it's not like you have to write an email to each group. You can just send the default one. Let me see if I can share my screen so I can show everyone. Okay, share screen. Share screen. Google Chrome. Share. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so this is Gmail. Everyone has one under Solidarity. You go here to more options, canned responses ultimate.
Huh?
And
Wait. Where am I starting from?
okay, you start from the message right here.
Where's the? I'm on a tiny little phone screen. So I just go to new message, compose,
Yes.
and okay.
In the message options, there's 3 little dots to the right, right next to the garbage can.
Got it. More options.
Click those 3 dots. Go to canned responses. So here's the first one. Oh, the other one didn't save, so I'll put that in. So for example, if I want to put this in the email, just tap plus, and boom, it's in the email already. Super simple. I don't know why I have to remove that. Let's do that right now. No, I don't want to do that.
It's got quick
Oh my God.
access. Add new.
Putting this in here 3 times. Feedback. Can I edit? Is this really not gonna let me edit? Okay, so I will figure that out for everyone. But yeah, you can do that, super simple. How do I not share my screen? Does anyone know how I turn that off?
You're off screen sharing.
Yeah,
Hit the where it says share screen. Right?
this is new share. Pause
What?
share. I think that worked. Did that work?
No, I
Nope.
still see your screen. Can you just click where it says like share screen or no? Or
That's not an option, it just goes new share.
oh, I have no idea what that is.
I've never shared a screen, so I have no idea.
You are screen sharing. Cool.
I don't really like sharing in general. So
Good socialist you are.
yeah. I'm one of those like really selfish socialists.
Okay, I should not be sharing anymore.
But you are.
Still sharing.
But you can only see the page, right? You can't see me moving anywhere else, correct?
It's like a still picture as far as I can tell.
Yeah, because I paused the sharing.
Okay.
Oh, stop share. That's right there.
There you go.
Cool. Figured it out. In the chat, I managed to get to Prince Angel 8 meeting again, so it wasn't. I'll do it when I get to the top.
I put my groups in right before the meeting into the spreadsheet. I might do more, but those are ones that I definitely have contact with.
Let me take a look.
3 of us have contact with DSA, obviously.
Okay, that's a good start. Okay, we can move along to the next one. Plan the next 3 meetings. Create a general outline of what it is to be discussed. One meeting has to happen on a different weekday than Thursday and at a different time. So if everyone wants to just, put their notes here for the what you want in the next meetings, go ahead. And then we also have to talk about meeting at another time instead of Thursdays. Which I think Tuesdays would be a good fit.
Are you talking about like on a permanent basis or just for like one meeting to have a different time?
Well, in reality, what we should be doing is changing the day every week so we can rotate people in and out. And keep detailed notes and share the recordings on YouTube so people can keep up with them. But to get more people, we're kind of isolating a lot of people that can't meet on Thursdays. Which is like we definitely don't want to do. Like we want to outreach as much as possible and like have days where people can come in.
I do agree with you, but I think one possible challenge we might have to face with doing that is like people not really knowing when the meetings are, because it's not even just like about giving the information, but it's about like keeping it in your head, like I know for myself, okay, Thursday night, this is where I am. But so that's a challenge that we have to sort of talk about how to deal with. Not saying that we, shouldn't do it, what you're saying. I think we just have to keep that in mind. That's all.
Yeah, I totally get that.
My schedule changes weekly, so it's except for Monday and Thursday nights where it's the same every week. So I can schedule other times, but I need to know like well in advance.
I think
because I have a lot of meetings.
I think what we should do is this upcoming week, maybe just do like a trial run. Have it Tuesdays at 8 o'clock instead of 8:30. Because it is pretty late, especially people with going to work the next day and like their wind down routines, or even try for like 7:30 to make the meetings a little earlier. Just like put it out there, test the waters with it. I spoke to Anthony from North Water Coalition. So he's hoping to come to the next meeting. So I'll give him that information. I know Shannon wanted another night. There was one other person that wanted another night. I can't think. Oh, Holly. So yeah, maybe try on a Tuesday. Just to do it like a trial run for maybe a week or two. But still hold our meetings. Like, I mean, if anything, I will literally just schedule the meeting and sit in there and see if people show up. Like, it's not required that everyone be there. Just for like a trial run. But if you do want to be there, you can be there.
I could do the 11th or the 25th, probably not the 18th.
Let me look at the calendar.
I have something at 6:30. I could pull out early if it's early. I live on my Google Calendar now.
Oh my God, I have a day off on Monday. Thanks, Christopher Columbus.
Yikes. Not okay, Mia.
I'm just kidding. I literally.
So,
Oh God.
sorry.
What else is on that date? Says there's 2 more things on. Okay. Who's Brian? I don't know who Brian is. Apparently it's Brian's birthday, guys.
Happy
On
birthday,
October
Brian.
10th. I don't know which Brian it is. Like, show in contacts. Let me see who this is.
I get these weird ones like on January 1st. There's like 10 people's birthdays. Not
Oh, it's
January.
that Brian. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let me go back to the. I don't know how to work my computer since I updated it. Everything's different. I was putting off this update for 3 years. I wanted to keep my computer, but it's really cool because me having an iPhone and me having a MacBook, even though my MacBook is like almost 8 years old now, I can like share things like on my phone. I can literally like send to MacBook and like it will literally open up the whole thing on my MacBook. So if I'm editing like a Google Doc on my phone, I can send it to my MacBook and it's gonna open the same Google Doc. That's the only thing I like about it. Other than that, it's and then with the new update, it allows me, so after 11 o'clock, my phone automatically goes to do not disturb and it goes into sleep mode to help me like wind down. My computer does that too, but it also switches to dark mode, which is really cool because I prefer dark mode on all of the apps I use. Okay, we got sidetracked. Sorry about that. So next 3 meetings. What time is it? We still have time. Any other, like, what other thoughts do we have about this?
We got to get more people involved in the planning meetings. We got to get more groups signed on. I don't even know who's officially signed on that's actually using the website or any of our services. If we're going to do a virtual event sometime soon, we need to start planning that.
So yeah, I think I responded to everybody who emailed us regarding like our reach out last week. And it kind of set up like some other possible avenues for reaching out to people, because some of them had ideas about how we could help. And I was thinking like we don't want to email the entire network too often, but I think it'd be a good thing to say like, hey, this is what's going on, join in the network. So, that can lead into some other activities as well. And I think if we kind of keep on that, some stuff will come up.
Central Jersey Coalition Against Endless War has this thing called the No to War list. Every Sunday night, they send out an email with any events they're part of and any other events that they can find. We could do something like that, like where it's just once a week, except in cases of emergencies, just like send a weekly email. Here's what's happening or what we got from other groups or all of that.
That's
The
not enough, though.
possibility. Hmm?
That's not enough. We need to send out more than 1 email a week.
The only problem with that is a lot of people I know won't read them. Like they get so many, like activists get so many emails that people won't read emails if you send them like daily or even more than once a week.
Yeah, we cannot be spamming people.
I feel like 2 a week is like sustainable. Our statistics show otherwise. Like people are actually reading our emails and interacting with them. That's what the stats show. 57% of people opened up our last email.
Wow.
which we have a network of 98 email addresses. So if you just think about that, that's a large amount of people that are like opening up our emails. And like, I think 4 or 5 people responded to Aaron's email. What? Sign into your account from another, signed out. How do I get signed out?
Yeah, but I think this is a case where more is not necessarily better. Like, yes, we're getting fairly good engagement, but if we start like sending too many emails, people might stop or unsubscribe.
I mean, we do run the risk of that, but I can personally reach out. I know I reached out to NJ Harm Reduction, or let me see who they are. Who exactly they are, because they unsubscribed. Where's my computer signed out?
Harm reduction unsubscribed.
I'm going to it right now. Give me 1 second. I sent them an email today about that, asking for feedback why they left the email list.
I was in touch with Jenna from that to abolish the drug war, but they just put their meetings on hiatus for now.
NJ Harm Reduction unsubscribed from our email yesterday.
I mean, some of these groups just might not be doing anything right now. And so that's why, that might be why right there.
I think it's also because of the conference, because we told them because they were a nonprofit, they couldn't come.
We didn't tell them that. They got that from that paragraph that we eliminated because they considered that possibly a business, so they pulled out. I don't think they were ever told they couldn't come because they were supposed to do one of the individual sessions.
They were, but I think at one of the meetings, someone doubled down. Even
Yeah,
though like it was suggested to keep them because they are a great org and they do great work. So I emailed them just to like get a follow-up and ask for feedback and see what's going on with them.
Did you email like a generic email address or someone as an individual?
Caitlin was the representative from Harm Reduction. That was part of the list, so I emailed Caitlin directly.
I just did an naloxone training with her a couple weeks ago.
So yeah, once I get that answer back, I also sent out an email. I'm finding that we have this, instead of designing the emails like with HTML, if we send basic emails, they tend to actually do a lot better than the other emails. They're making it to people's inboxes. Like the one that the simulation planning, oh, actually, the one Aaron sent, the original got 61% of people, went to 98 people, and 61% of people opened it. Then another one was sent on accident, and 49 people opened that. We have to like figure out what's going on with that because our emails are sending twice to everyone. Then when I put out an email for simulation planning, that was 3 days ago. Then the last one before that was on the 30th of September. And then a day ago, so that's 2 for this week. But they're both averaging pretty good. The first one of this week was 59.18%, and 1% of people clicked through it, and 1.72% of people did a call to action click. The last email that was sent out yesterday, 94 people got it, and 53% of people opened it, and 5% of people clicked on the link, while 10% of people clicked on the call to action. So our emails are performing really well. Like people are definitely getting our messages. The whole thing that we're struggling with is engagement. And I really like what Aaron did last week, where it was just a generic email, no fancy HTML or anything. It was just like a bare bones. And those emails are actually outperforming us by 10% as the other emails. So that's something to definitely consider. People like the plain emails because they look more personal, I think, in my opinion, which they do. They look like they come from someone's like personal email address and not like a mass list.
It's simple.
So that's something. Thanks for discovering that, Aaron.
Anytime.
What time is it? 9:05. Let's go back. Okay. Is everyone part of Slack?
Yeah.
Technically, I guess.
I haven't
So-
seen anything on our Slack channel in a long time.
The only concern I have with us using Slack is yes, it's free, but it's free for only 250 people. I don't know what's gonna happen if we grow bigger than that. So that's something to definitely consider. What a lot of groups are doing, like we don't have to do this right now, but when we do reach that threshold, just say, hey, we've outgrown Slack and possibly move to Discord because you can have as many people in a Discord as you want. And it's literally the same thing as Slack.
We use Discord for Central Jersey DSA Disability Solidarity and Research and Rhetoric. Soraya actually just built us a whole new Discord because we lost access to the old one, to the admin access.
And then the other thing. So any other stuff about planning the next 3 meetings? Like, what do you guys want to discuss for those meetings?
Sorry, I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm pretty fried right now, to be honest.
Yoshi's on stack.
Yoshi, go ahead.
I was suggesting that maybe invite some of these organizations that we reach out to, because we're like, see, oh, we see that you're doing this. Would you be interested in giving a presentation to the Solidarity, or rather from the Solidarity Network NJ? And that would be, I think, enticing for the member organizations,
So
mutual aid organizations to come. Notably, the Newark Water Coalition. I think everyone's been saying they're in the news. They've been or I don't think it was reported on. Like they were, being their own organ and reporting on the mobile lead testing that they've been doing around Newark. I believe it's a Newark Water Coalition, Rutgers University collaboration or something like that. But I could be wrong about that. But I think that'd be something like people be interested in learning about, that doesn't go through the filter of media.
When are you suggesting we do, like, would we do that during one of our regular meetings, like have them present to the planning group, or have like a separate meeting for them to present, or have something recorded and put it on the website? Like,
Yeah, I think it would be something completely separate. Yesterday's labor meeting was about the absence of labor newspaper, which used to be such a thing at the turn of the 20th century, and even in some of the most fascist circumstances, context in the United States. They don't exist anymore because, like, you know, the capitalists just kind of trade media organs like it's trading cards.
I'm still having a hard time, like, what would be our, like, what's the mission for doing that, and how would we execute that?
Well, the purpose of Solidarity Network NJ was it not that we're having this way for organizations to communicate with one another. And don't we also have like recording capabilities and, you know, to be able to upload these things to? Oh,
Yeah, the
sorry,
meeting-
I'm making assumptions. Like, are we uploading to the website or is it being uploaded to like the mail or YouTube or some other thing?
So what we can do is we can have them, like, we can have a private Zoom with them and have like, hold on, sorry, I have to sneeze 1 second. We can have like a panelist of, I mean, this is kind of like what was suggested last week, like do like meet the groups that like are like powering the network. We can do like a panelist thing. I've seen this happen like in New York City, and like their mutual aid networks where like it's an open house pretty much for mutual aid, like, and we can definitely have them on our Zoom and like ask them questions and like kind of make it like an interview if that makes sense, and we can definitely post it on our YouTube and our website. And it is like, it can be recorded, like this meeting right now, this meeting's being recorded and it's going to go up into the cloud like tomorrow. But yeah, we can definitely do that. Like if you want to like take control of that and like plan it out and then like reach out, like I can, like, I don't know if you have Anthony directly on Signal, but I have Anthony on Signal.
Yeah, if you have connection with Anthony, I think it's best you reach out to Anthony because the ask is going to be all more persuasive with the connections that we already have, which is why I offered to ask Hope City Socialists. I mean, they might not be ready, but that's okay. I feel like I can like ask them about it and maybe they'll say like, you know, right, maybe not right now, but later on down the line. For the
Okay.
DSA South Jersey, they had a fundraising stream. And by what I've seen, like it looks very well done and like very, very successful. I know these are not easy things to do. So yes, I mean, one could argue like, oh, you know, if I want to like learn how to like do this, I could just like Google it. But like, why not just ask directly to a group that already has this experience? I think that's a good skill for people to learn too.
Okay. Um,
We could also do like maybe like a newsletter, like pick a few groups each week or each month and like put out a here's what North Water Coalition's up to and get like something from them to write up. And here's what this group is up to. And here's their contact. Just sort of promote the groups that we're more actively working with.
do we have anyone that's interested in doing that? Like, actually, like, because I can give you access to the email platform. We have one more seat or two more seats that are available included in our price. So I can give you access to that if that's something you want to write.
I can try. Got to get the information from the groups. That's the harder part. But I would be interested in trying to do something like that. Because again, it's supposed to be a network, so that's kind of like we talk about what other groups are doing, promote the individual groups. I think that could be really good for them and for us.
There's a platform that I discovered a week and a half, 2 weeks ago when I was like scouring around for like what mutual aid groups are doing. It's basically like medium.com, but it's like the radical kind. So they have that, and that platform, if you write like an article, it gets sent out to everyone subscribed to that, like I think they call it Substack, or like I'll find out the name. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, I think our code share DSA has a Substack.
is that what it's called, Yoshi?
Yep, that's what it's called. It's called Substack.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's like Medium, but like more radical organizations use it. So that's something we can do, like instead of like, so we can have people sign up directly for that, and we can send out an email to our current list. And say, hey, if you want to like subscribe to these stories of mutual aid in New Jersey, go to this link and like read all about it. But that's a big commitment. So whoever takes that up has to kind of like plan it out. I know like the closest thing I could think of like from experience is when I was doing my podcasts, I would always record them on a Sunday and edit them on a Monday and then release them on a Wednesday. So whoever does that kind of has to like come up with a flow to like, hey, devote this time to write it, edit it, and then publish it on a certain day every week.
The committing to a certain day part is a little
I know
trickier.
nothing about Substack, but I know the person who has a Substack. So let me ask him what he can teach us.
Is that what he does the weekly Spectre on? Or is that something totally different?
No, that's an email.
Okay.
Substack is like he writes on Substack. Yeah, it's like what Mia described.
And that's totally okay, Erin. I saw your chat message. Totally okay. I'm also near capacity for everything I'm doing. But I think Shannon said during one of the meetings that she likes writing. So I can reach out to Shannon, or if anyone wants to reach out to Shannon directly.
Was with that, would we be writing the articles?
Yeah, it would be on our Substack. There's like no limit to how many articles we can write either. And I don't think there's a limit to how many people it can get sent to either. Yoshi, no, Shannon is from I think DSA. She came in with,
Yeah, she's on her chapter.
yeah, I think yeah, that's where she came from.
I think she was in mutual aid meeting.
Yeah, she's been to a few different ones. She's kind of been to a little bit of everything. I think mutual aid, I think she might have come to disability solidarity once. Definitely came to membership engagement once. So
Well, if we do switch the meeting to a different day next week, and we can get a different group of people, we can present all these ideas to them too. I think Shannon is one of the people that can do it. Screw you and your vacation.
How do you all know I'm leaving Jersey?
Good point. My last vacation was in 2007.
That's too long.
It was Hawaii, but
That's way too long, dude.
In exciting news, I'm driving up to Vermont at the end of the month.
back home.
Or I could go because I took off for Halloween. It's the first year I'm gonna have off in my adult life, and I'm so excited. I might drive up and watch the Salem Witch Trials reenactments.
That's creepy.
I've always wanted to do that.
I didn't know that they reenact that. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, like
No fun is allowed.
Sorry, I'm almost so,
What'd you say?
I said sorry. There's no fun allowed in socialism.
No fun.
Nope.
Just
Sorry.
work.
this is all about fun. Working for free is much fun.
Okay, but working for free doesn't pay the bills.
That is true.
Unless you have a sugar daddy or a sugar mama,
I have a sugar government.
which I gave up my chance of having a sugar daddy. I'll never forgive myself for that.
Anywho, do we have anything else to discuss? I'm actually really
Yeah, we're definitely not on time.
I'm editing that part out just so we know for the record.
I am so done today.
Let's
Finally,
look at
finally figured out the drawings for this freaking 30-story building I've been working on for like my whole career. It feels like. So I'm just chewing.
I don't think we could schedule meetings for individual teams at this point with only 4 people on the call, which was the next thing on the agenda. Next steps and final thoughts, which comes up twice.
oh, because yeah, it's on a new page, so I didn't want people like to miss it.
Huh, no. Do we want to do a poll for when to do the meeting,
Okay.
or do we want to just plan it? We haven't gotten very many responses on the polls, and there's not a lot of people on Lumia. But
I feel like, I mean, we can definitely do a poll, but I mean, if we just think about how hard it is to get a when to meet set up, what is it going to happen with the poll? What I've seen like us work best for us is we take the initiative to schedule it and just say, hey, this is when it's happening.
especially if you have people that you already know want to come on a certain date, that works since we're so small. If we're going to do something like, say, next Tuesday, we should probably start letting people know like very soon though.
What time on Tuesday?
Next week I could do anytime. The 18th is the only Tuesday I have a conflict on for this month.
Shall we say 7:30?
That works for me. Anybody else have thoughts on that?
I think that should be good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to create a new Zoom link just for that. Because this Zoom link is scheduled for Thursdays. Who wants to send out the message to everyone?
I don't even know how to send a message to the whole group.
I forget.
You
I
do.
think, what's the name of the? Forgetting what the name of the platform is. The email.
I think that's what it's
MailerLite.
called.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, MailerLite.
The messages I send.
Like the beer.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also, I listened back to the last recording. Why did no one tell me I sounded like I was dying when I was sick?
We didn't want to upset you because we figured these were like your last. You know. I thought you were goners, so we didn't want to.
Thanks so
No,
much.
it's, you know. Notice we were very gentle. We like spoke in very light hushed tones. And, you know.
It was hell last week. Literally like crazy. I went through so much testing and like I don't even know. Like I think that there's a new variant of COVID that we have not discovered yet that is evading testing because so many people I know around the same time I got sick that I wasn't even like close. Like I didn't even meet them in person. Like they also were sick at the same time. And it's like, all right, all these people are sick and like, yeah, I wear my mask every day, even at work. I don't take it off. Like I've been told to literally take it off and I'm like, nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, good for you. So that's, you know.
Um,
I do remember the first time I walked into a bank wearing a mask, and it feels really weird.
Yeah, in the old days that got you in trouble.
Yeah, that used to be a no-go.
a guy walked in the other day, had a hoodie on, sunglasses, and a mask. And one of my coworkers looked at me and they were like, do you see this? I'm like, where's the panic button? But the crazy thing about my job, they gave each person that works in the building an individual panic button to put on their keychain.
Nice.
And wait, I can't definitely say that on recording. Anyway, I'll tell you all what happened when someone accidentally pressed it the other day. It was very interesting.
All right. Listen, if we don't have anything else, I'm gonna skedaddle.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
just sure.
Productive
I
meeting.
will talk to you all later. Have a good night.
Good night, good fellow.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, Mark.
Good night, Mia.